They need more sort of threats around them.
Well, it was a good thing for the Hurricanes that he stayed fit, wasn't it? But there's been some big injury news across the weekend. We'll start off with the big two before yesterday's game. The fact that Aaron Smith is gone with a groin injury for at least a couple of weeks. Dalton Papali'i as well, which big for the Blues and also big for the All Blacks.
Yeah, it is. And obviously, well, Aaron's one now. He can rest up and hopefully get right. And Dalton, first and foremost, it's a big loss for the Blues. How long he's out for exactly, we don't exactly know. Yeah. But it's certainly, you know, this year he's taken over the captaincy, and I know it's a word that's thrown out there, but he's got real respect, real mana against those guys, and you just cannot replace a guy like that. You know, not having a crack at anyone else, just the way he operates around the team environment, you can't replace him. So, and it'll be interesting too, because you know the Brumbies are coming with a real grinding style of game on Saturday night, and he thrives in games like that.
It's only one more week until that All Black squad is named. How do these injuries impact that squad announcement next Monday?
Well, the interesting thing for me, I look at it, and this in some ways opens up the door for the All Blacks to get more players in their environment, to actually build it for the fact, yes, they think they're going to name 36, but when you've got guys recovering from injury, you don't know when they're ready to go again. You can get them in your environment, help them recover and repair, and then you'll know closer to the series against Ireland when they might be available. So all of a sudden, I think they'll extend this out and you'll have a +3, and the other one will be Ethan Blackadder. I don't know the status of Ethan, because that didn't look good on the weekend.
That's devastating.
It was really concerning. And this, to me, Batesy and Millsy, is one because he's a guy who's got great versatility, who can play 6, 7, and more than likely 8. This doesn't look comfortable. This, to me, is a concern.
What about Luke Jacobson playing 7 for the Chiefs?
Look good.
The other night, yesterday. Yeah, so, you know, I reckon he's a shout as well, because he's another player, along with Blackadder. The only difference between them is Luke's probably a little bit bigger, you know what I mean? So, but he can play there as well, so all of a sudden he's thrown his name back in the ring. Great timing too, because he's another player as well that sort of, you know, has struggled with injuries and that. So when you look at where the Chiefs are sort of coming, and you see how they're skipping it away there, Kirstie, you'll be quietly confident they could go down there and really win. Well,
if you talk about the Chiefs, you mentioned Sam Cane. It's likely that he'll be back this weekend. Josh Lord as well. What about Caleb Clark? How far away is a guy like him? Will we see him this season for the Blues?
Yeah, I think he's a shot. They'll have to. I'm not sure if he'll be there this week, but if the Blues go through, I think he's a shot. He's a chance. So he's coming back, and I guess, you know, no one really knows at this stage 100%.
Umaga Jensen didn't look good yesterday.
No, I just hope it's not a repeat of another injury. Look, even then, he went to pass the ball, and clearly something was wrong before. Now, I'm not sure that's going to fix it. I've been through injuries myself. Giving it a whack generally doesn't help. But that's how desperate he was to play.
Yeah.
This is how desperate as a guy who's, whenever he's played, Mills, he's looked so very, very good. And it's an area, the midfield, where we've still got some question marks about who it's going to be. We've got question marks. I'm not sure the All Black coaches have got question marks. I don't know that for a fact. But for the likes of him, you know, all of a sudden that door may have just got that little bit more closed, you know. But we've got to remember there's a Māori All Black side named as well to play against Ireland. There will be other opportunities for players to shine, and then they will reselect the All Blacks to play in the Rugby Championship. So this is not a one-off selection, right? It is a one-off selection for 3 Test matches.
So there's going to be about 60 players named there over the course of a week and a half.
We're all available, so we're a chance.
We're about to put your boots back on the weekend. Well, it is that time. Trivia question time. Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
No.
Bates is the favourite coming in.
Terrible.
He's the favourite coming in.
Paying $1. Okay. Here is our list. Tell us, what does this list, what do all of these players have in common? Take a good hard look at this list. Got you thinking, haven't we? It's a big list. Some big names on that list as well. We will have the answer for you right after this, but here's a wee clue. Welcome back into the breakdown. Great to have you joining us. Well, we gave you your trivia question before the break. We have a list of names, and the question was, what do all these players have in common? Batesy knows.
Like La Rochelle, they've won a Championships Cup, and La Rochelle won it last weekend. Wonderful game.
Not just that, they've won Super Rugby titles as well, the double.
Wow, that was exactly what Mills was about to say.
Yeah.
He didn't give him the opportunity. It's just right there.
Here it is. They've all won Super Rugby titles, and they've been champions of Europe as well.
Nice.
It's an impressive list.
Good list, isn't it?
Nice, Batesy.
Impressive list.
No wonder you're a coach, mate.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to see something that is even more special? Because two of these players have been absolute champions, and they've won more than just Super Rugby and European Cups. Look at him. He's won
greedy.
everything.
He's greedy.
Holy heck.
Brad Thornton
What
is
about
greedy.
that list?
That's
That's like
impressive,
seriously ridiculous.
Wow. That is awesome.
And the next one? What about this?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That is a lot of success from two players.
That's a lot of celebration.
big
That's a
thing, mate.
lot of headaches. That's what that is. That's a lot of
Weeks
waking
and
up in the
weeks.
mornings after those and going, oh, that really hurts.
A lot of different currencies as well.
Oh, currencies.
Well, we've got a special guest now. We're very lucky to be joined inside the Black Ferns cap right now by Chelsea Alley in Tauranga. Chelsea, you must be so excited because this is really the start. The Pacific Four tournament kicks off tomorrow. New Zealand taking on Australia. The first step towards the Rugby World Cup in New Zealand. You've just been in your jersey presentation. How was that, and who presented the jerseys?
Yeah, it's pretty special, Kirstie. This is our first time having a home test in over 2 years. I think it's like 1,100 days or something around there. So it's always so special for us to play on home soil. And yeah, getting the jersey tonight, especially in a World Cup year, is still one of the best experiences you get to have as a female rugby player. So we had an ex-Black Fern come in and present it. And it's always an amazing thing for us to have someone who's worn the jersey before us come and present it and give us some wise words as well. So yeah, it's a pretty exciting week, and tomorrow is going to be an awesome day for us and our team.
Chelsea, clearly, bottom line, there's been a change of coaching staff. What have you noticed? What's the biggest difference you've noticed since Wayne Smith has become involved? Because we've all experienced it here. We know what he's like. But what's the biggest thing you have noticed and the team will have noticed?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect with Smithy coming on board. You hear from everyone you talk to that he's the best coach in the world, that he's the professor, that everyone has so much respect and time for him, but I'd never met him. So, yeah, it was pretty cool in our first camp this year when Smithy and Graham Henry, Ted and Chrono all walked in like the three amigas and took over the reins, and it's been an awesome journey so far. I got to say, Smithy is one of the coolest people I've ever met. He's got this just really cool way of putting you under a lot of pressure and wanting the best out of you, but also empowering you at the same time. And I've been lucky enough to sit down and have a few one-on-one chats with him, and it's been really cool because he wants to get to know you as a player. You just as a person before a rugby player. And he really takes the time to do that, and it is really empowering. So, yeah, off the field, it's been a massive change. The girls are loving the environment. Obviously, we've got a lot of new caps in here, so that adds to the excitement as well. And then on the training field and rugby field, it's just, yeah, this whole different dynamic of putting us under pressure and helping us with our mindsets and our resets to go from the kind of red zone, which is when you're panicked and under pressure, back into the blue zone, which is when you're calm and you know what you're doing. So, yeah, a lot of growth has been happening, and I can't wait just to get out with the girls tomorrow and put all the training into work.
Chelsea, I want to talk about another young coach that's in there. He's not a coach, I think he's a selector, but now he's actually trying to do some coaching, and it's Graham Henry. So he mentioned any sort of like phrases, because I always remember him say, "Hey, Millsy, make sure you're white hot." Is that still one of his main sort of phrases?
Honestly, what he's known for in this environment at the moment is just, we'll finish like a real mean training and we'll think we're done, and then he'll just come in at the end with just a random saying. Honestly, all the girls have just absolutely loved having him in the environment. He definitely knows his stuff, but like you said, Millsy, he comes out with some crack up as one-liners, and yeah, he's a funny guy, really unique, but yeah, like I said, knows his stuff, and we're very honoured to have him here as well.